my chat always asking a lot of questions. There it might be. GLF Fun Live the Stream. That's him. What team do I root for? I like OG. I like them a bit less lately. All their like reactions about stuff on social media has felt pretty immature and childish. Bit disappointed. I don't think their reactions were like terrible or anything, but not, you know. In that major, I guess I was rooting for. I like rooting for underdogs. I like EG. I like RTZ. I like Ice. You know, like most of the. I like the EG squad. I don't know. I'm kind of rooting for good games, comebacks. You know, just kind of. Yeah. This is a real deck. What's better, cycling 2 Curators or 1 Waker of Wave? Probably 2 Curators. Close. Exiling Grief is higher. Exiling Street Trace is higher upside. If I draw a black card, how much power do I have in the graveyard? 8, 13, 16 was Grief, 18 was Shardless. All right, I'll discard. I'll exile. All right, I'll just take Manamorphose, I guess. This matchup, if you're on the play in game 1, it seems really good. All these decks, all these linear game 1 decks where Tribal Zoo is a prowess, just a really good matchup. Probably even pretty good matchup on the draw. Am I trying to attend TI in Stockholm? I know that originally, you know, before COVID, before it got postponed, we were talking about it. It was my friends. I have some of my good friends who, actually it's some of the same friends I started playing Magic with. My middle school, high school friends, and we're talking about going. I might go for like a few days. I don't think I'd be able to go the whole week, but I think also it's during my 10th wedding anniversary, and I'm not sure I'm going to convince Les to go to. But I think before that, maybe I'll go for a few days. If not, I'll probably try and have viewing parties at my place or viewing parties at someone place. All right, so against them, so they usually have a few counter spells and some artifact hate or some, you know, Soul God Lantern type of card. So you want all the force. Subtlety is kind of whatever. And then I think Ingature is probably decent. Are they having an audience for TI this year? I'm assuming they are. They might have some like vaccine pass maybe? I don't know. I have no idea, honestly. I think Ingature is decent. I think Dead Gone's probably nice, right? The thing is, you don't really need Dead Gone in this matchup. It's not like they have Hate Bear. But maybe on the draw it's fine. I think it's a good enough matchup that you just want 2 Chewers, actually. And Waker of Wave can go. Subtlety's probably fine. Probably okay during 1 Subtlety. Seems like a keep. So cycling main phase is bad if they have Soul God Lantern. But if they did, they would have probably played it on turn 1. And I'm trying to draw into a Grief. What's the cycling creature I sat out the most? I think it's between Waker and Riverwinder, because there's almost no matchups where you board out Grief. I think Waker of Waves is a card I've been boarding out the most. That's not great. So the problem with cycling on my turn is that it's pretty bad if they draw a Lantern or something, but I think the upside of hitting Grief is still there. Alright, not the end of the world. Not like you have to bring back 20 creatures. Couldn't Walker be replaced with another 1-mana cycler? I had the 4/3 cycler originally. I think Waker is better. You do get punished when you keep the 1-lander and, you know, you get stuck on 1 land and you draw Waker or something, you know. But Waker has been good. I might just Outburst, right? I'd actually be pretty happy to Outburst because it kills their 2 creatures and it forces them to sack Lantern without drawing a card. Discard 1 to the top. You have Surgical. I would have to beat them down. Do it on my turn to play around counter spells. Obviously worse if they just have a bunch of haste creatures, but I think this is better overall. Tapping Islet over Spiral Canal is interesting. Probably not a good sign for me. I mean, they already have a spell. Could play a 4/4. I guess I have 2 creatures in the yard now, so I need to get kind of a big... 4/4 is bad against Dispute. 4/4 sounds pretty appealing. All right. Uh-oh. That's a problem with my plan. All right, no burn spells. I kind of want to just keep casting cards, honestly. Just hardcast Grief. All right, so I can cycle. I can hardcast Grief. Is hardcasting Grief too gimmicky? I think it's fine. I guess the cycling is really strong on F Curator. It's a lot of digging. Kind of forgot about that. Hate a mountain. Alright, no burn spell, please. Okay. Should have Spell Pierce and a mystery card. I could Architect. look at their top three. I should probably start cycling though. I could kill. I could kill and get a treasure, and then I'm one land off. Huh, they have Spell Pierce. And they have a better graveyard than me. I could kill and draw 2, discard 2. Or I could just say go. Alright, I think the play is to... play Steam Vent and say go. Can they realistically kill me? Maybe Bolt Lava Dart kills me. I don't even think that kills me. You like command? Cycling's really strong with Curator in play. Also just keeping Outburst mana up. If they tap out for a bunch of burn spell, I still have Outburst. Because if they have a bunch of burn spell, it's unlikely they have also mana to keep up Spell Pierce. Like, I mean, at this point, I'm legit happy chum blocking and stuff. So we know one of their cards is Spell Pierce. And the bottom two is Serum Vision. Could keep another one. I don't hate it. I could keep it on. Yeah, I guess I can always bin it. I can top it and then bin it. Yeah. I think this is good. It lets me pay for Spell Pierce. I mean, I can just say go again, right? I guess the more I wait, maybe I should just do it now, right? So I don't lose to Surgical. If somehow they have Surgical. What do they have in their graveyard? Entity, Sprite Dragon. Alright, I don't think waiting makes too much sense. Because I get a flyer back too. So I have a flyer, 2 wakers. And we know they have a Spell Pierce, so that card's not very useful. That is not great. Maybe if they have Vapor Snag? Is double Vapor Snag lethal? Not close. Alright, GG's. This matchup has felt really good. Yikes. This deck mulligans decently well. I think most decks in most matchups mulligan well with a London mulligan. Going down to 6 is not big of a deal. 5's a different story. 5's you start having really tricky scry decisions. You usually have to pick between keeping that third land or keeping the third spell, and if you guess wrong, you might lose. Boar is probably going to be pretty bad, but... Alright, what should I bottom? Probably bottom... Steam Vents? Alright, I guess I'm trying to look out for... Brazen Bar would be better as a Force of Negation, as a Fire Ice. These are probably the 2 cards of the Cycler. Right now it looks like Cycler would be pretty good for me. Ooh, pretty verdant catacombs. Looks like we're against the... I haven't played that matchup yet, Yagmoth's deck. Yagmoth's probably a pretty bad matchup, if that's what they're on. Hopefully they're playing something a bit more fair than Yawgmoth, but we'll see. Alright, looks like I dodged a bullet. Infect, yeah, I haven't seen Infect yet. People were getting hyped up about Infect during spoiler season, because Hyrik gets to cast the Phyrexian Crusader, the pro-white, pro-black, no, pro-white, pro-red Infect creature. Alright, I don't think there's any reason to cast Outburst on my turn. Could argue for in the draw step, but I'm really only worried about a creature, I think. They even played the one we didn't know about, so we still know their entire hand. Hexproof is not saving you. Maybe they'll use another pump spell. I doubt it, especially after I tapped a bunch of mana. Alright, Fury seems good. Dead Gaunt seems good. I mean, they probably have like a billion Veils in their sideboard, right? They could have Chalice of the Void. They could have a lot. Inquisition's a bit annoying. Infect. I don't think they're gonna have Leyline. I mean, usually Infect's focus is on their game plan, right? They don't get too reactive with their hate card, so maybe Veil. So bringing in Force of Negation could backfire. I think Brazen Bar is probably pretty bad too. Force of Vigor, Prismari Command. I could just bring in Command as a hedge. Does Truer kill anything? Not really. The Nexus. Kind of hard to get with a Truer. Spellskite. I don't think I remember Spellskite. It's Prismari to Fury. I don't think that's a good reason. I really don't care what they do, really. I think I'm just going to keep it simple. One Boar, one Force, just in case. Couple red removal spells. Keeping all the cyclers. Pretty good hand. In fact, usually has Dismember, Veil, Nature's Claim, Gravedigger's Cage, Twisted Image, Dispel. Yeah, they're playing the black-green version. Dispel and Spell Pierce is a good point. If you think they have these cards, then you want Force of Negation. Because then you can Outburst on their turn and fight on their turn with Force, and that's usually good. I mean, when I don't know what I'm up against, I tend to sideboard as lightly as possible. Especially with these decks that have like high synergy. Kind of tricky. If I cycle a blue card, I could draw into Grief. If I cycle Street Race, I could draw into red. Probably gonna need to cycle that anyway, so it land drops, so I think this is better. Alright, now what? Now just say go. There's nothing I can draw. I could draw Fury. Probably would want to wait on Fury. The Crusader has pro-red though. It's possible these red removal spells are not even that great just because pro-red on Crusader. Possible the red cards are just worse than more Force of Negations depending on what they have in their deck. I could hit the 1 Force. I think I just let them have it. Not show them more cards. Well, in the tank, little shout out to one of my sponsors, Ultimate Guard. They just came out with these new boulders. They're made out of renewable material, 97%. They smell really good, and they got that nice boulder feel for those who are a fan of the sturdy design of the boulders. If you're thinking about getting some deck boxes, going back to paper Magic soon, etc., definitely check it out. Check out Ultimate Guard. All right, I was too busy promoting my amazing sponsor. I forgot to cycle in response in case I hit Subtlety. Oh, that is tempting. I want both. What's the play here? I should just Fury, right? Yeah. I mean, even if they have a discard spell, I might just be able to win with... Do they play Mutagenic Growth? And if so... Probably want to do free damage on the infect creatures. A rubber band to protect your deck. Yeah, I forgot about that. We used to use rubber band to keep our decks together. That's true. Wow, it takes you back. Alright, so they could technically have me dead. So I think I should say go here. It's not that hard for them to have me dead. They just need like 2 out of 3 good cards. Now they need 3 out of 3 good cards to have me dead. Okay. Bouncing on our turn? Nah, that's a pretty bad tempo play to bounce anything on our turn with Brazen Boar. There's almost no upside if you think about it. It's kind of scary. They might have me. If they have me, they have me. I don't think casting Boar there is reasonable. I have 1 Force in my deck. So they have a Hierarch and a Plague Stinger. And I kill stuff with Fury anyways. So... And I have Flyers. And I even have Wakers, double Waker. That was super scary when they took my Brazen Boar and pumped. I thought they might have it. Wait, could they even have it? They can't, right? Because Vines is 2 mana. and then scale up only works once, and then Might of Volcroja is the one where I was thinking it's land drop, but it's main phase, right? So maybe bouncing was good actually. All right, obviously I wish I had one less land, but oh, that's probably a bad matchup if I'm on the draw. Grief? Nope. Looks like hammer time. Do I like Ad Nauseam deck? I mean, I've never played it. I think it's probably a pretty good deck. Alright, looks like they don't have hammer. I think I'm supposed to cycle on my turn in case I draw a wake here. I want to know if I want to play on untapped land or not. If I had an upcoming turn, would I play this or Jeskai Monkey? I think I'd probably play this between the two. My overall score was Jeskai Monkey is 10-4, pretty good. But I felt like kind of ran good was the Jeskai Monkey deck overall, I would say. Alright, now we can just chill, right? Do you have Graveyard Hate in the main deck? Seems unlikely. Wait, did they even make a token? They just know have Outburst. They're not even bothering. There's almost no chance they have Graveyard Hate in the main deck of a deck like that. You just want to maximize your synergies. Alright, almost no way, but I guess... I know, whatever, they have no clock. They forgot to make a token. Yeah, chat's just loving it. They drew the hammer. I could just Outburst. So what are my options? I can Outburst, make them set Crypt, kill all their board. I can command the hammer and then draw this card. Or I can take it, command the Crypt, draw this card. I think Outburst is the worst option. I think hammer, kill hammer, draw this card is pretty good because I can hit some land drops and then I can Outburst and then they sack Crypt and I cycle a bunch in response. And then I think killing Crypt, draw this card is also pretty good. Just take the 10, who cares? Why did he play his second Crypt? Opponent's been traumatized recently by graveyard decks. Soul God Lantern, even worse. Alright, any point in cycling on my turn? I don't think so. But whatever, I guess I'll do it now anyways. It's nice little insurance. Do it in their draw step to hit the Grief. I mean, they're going to draw one card. It's only the first spell, so... Alright, they still get a card. They have a Lurrus. It's not like I have the, super fastest clock. I guess they have to put Lurrus in their hand. No, never mind. That's, way too slow. I'm dumb. just in case. Nice flood into win. Yeah, their draw was not the greatest. Wouldn't you be surprised if you're an underdog in a draw? Ooh, wow. It's a matchup where I get to have some fun. All of it seems pretty good, right? I mean, for sure, Chewer and Foundation Breaker. And they're not a Veil deck. Is Waker of Waves hot? On the open sea, there is nowhere to hide. It's good. I think it's better than the 4/3 Cycler for 1 blue, for instance. Yeah, I mean, kind of embarrassment of riches here. 7, even Force is good, especially on the draw. I do have Grief for their nut draws, so maybe I don't need Force. Force of Vigor too. A little insurance against nut draws. Salty seems kind of bad. Brazen Boar, probably fine. Force is always better than it looks in this deck. They said Prismari Command, you're a man, and I said Crypt main deck, who's the actual man. Excuse me. Okay. Wait, was that actually good what I just did? Did I miss sequence? Probably, right? I was gonna do that on turn 1. Yeah. Oh well. Brain fart. Land cycling? Nah. Land cycling makes no sense. You just want to draw more cycling cards and more spells usually. So I don't think land cycling makes much sense at all. I mean, it's kind of scary. Kind of scary. At 15... Don't really care what. I think I should just cycle the 5/5. Stone Rain? It is Stone Rain, that is true. So I only get super screwed if they have like double hammer. Killing the Saga sounds gimmicky. Don't I want to just like cycle and living in next turn? Foundation Breaker on Urza Saga sounds extremely gimmicky. Alright. I've made my decision and it is final. Now what? Obviously I can outburst. That seems really, really good. My other option is Foundation Breaker the Saga to make a token. I mean, it's not especially close, right? Could have Shardless Agent and let them have the construct. Oh, I even get the Springleaf Drum. Nice. Yeah, what an absolute bloodbath. Let's see. They said, GG's, man, you're a legend. Thank you. God. Why do I keep falling for it every time? Is Temur living in the best deck in Modern? Daily Quest? I don't know. Who knows? This is a really bad matchup. We'll see. We'll see if I can do anything about it. It's really good against some of the meta decks, and it's probably really bad against the junk food deck. I think overall, it's a really good deck. I haven't played against Titan either. I haven't played against... It's pretty bad against Mill, I think. Definitely has some pretty mediocre matchups. What the hell did Opponent keep? How many times did they mill again? 6? I mean, I would usually just cycle Waker to try and hit a black card for grief. But I'm honestly not sure I actually want to grief them. They might just have literal all creatures in hand. It might be a bit fancy. I was thinking I'll get a Steam Van and thin my deck a tiny bit. Chef Cycle in response. I really want to force that card if I... I'm so bad, honestly. I'm just asleep at the wheel. Wow. What a punt. I wonder if they were holding the cookbook or the top decked it, and I didn't like subtlety. I just, yeah, got distracted. I mean, I do get back 2 5/5 hexproof and a 7/7, but it doesn't even matter. I don't think so. Maybe I just do a round of cycling. Alright, well, now we know they have cookbook. So I'll cycle main phase. Force? I don't think Force is that appealing anymore, so I'll cycle again. Rip. That was bad. Not hitting a black card or another cycling card. Well, their hand is really bad. Don't outburst now? I mean, I'm giving them an extra draw step, I guess. And more draw steps. Might have just cost myself the game. 5. I don't know. The reasoning was what? I was just hoping somehow to bring back Feasting Troll King, but I'd be like pretty bad by them. I'm not really playing with fire. Who knows what they do? Maybe they make a bad play. But I think I'm the one who made the bad plays here. In hindsight. I mean, that was always going to happen. They drew, yeah. I mean, they might have literally drawn. Yeah, if I do it in their upkeep, they still get to like sag that, bring back Troll King. I was like pretty screwed either way, I think. So I don't hate my play, honestly. It was like pretty high variance. Can I win? Probably not. How does it get better by waiting? Had a reason. Gets better by waiting. Maybe it doesn't get better by waiting. I felt like I had a reason, but I think I was just wrong. Something about Troll King not coming back right away, doing it at their end of turn. I think I was dead. All right, so I have a lot of stuff I can bring in, but I don't know. Definitely need Breaker, because you should have Leyline. Force of Vigor is probably pretty good. Fairy Macabre is almost definitely good. Chore is good too. Potentially that. And Force is good, because Cookbook's their best cards. Brazen Boar is decent against Leyline. Grief on the play. Alright, so how do I win? I need to get rid of Leylines, get rid of their stupid artifacts. I think this is maybe a matchup where you can trim on the enablers. Force of Negation. Kind of nice if you just counter their first Cookbook. And they can't get anything going. All three living in. Yeah, it's kind of living on the edge to go down. I'm not sure Endurance is good in this matchup. Ugh, man, it's so tough. It's like all give and take. Because if you counter their Cookbook and you don't even get to discard a single time, maybe you blow them out. Subtlety. Subtlety is good against Asmo. We can probably replay the turn after. I mean, I'm tempted to just do that. Maybe cut all the... Yeah. Let's try that. It's like, okay. It's really good if they have Leyline in their opening hand. Fortunately, they do not. Had the anti-Leyline. Last time I played this matchup, my opponent had double Leyline on turn 0 and had a good hand on top of it. Alright, at least they kind of oblige and played a Cookbook on 1. So that's kind of nice. Of course, they might just have a second one. What do you think, chat? Should I get the food or the cookbook? Not sure what I'm hoping for here. It's pretty good. Oh, actually, I've been playing Sanctums in case that were endurance. Yeah, it's kind of a good point. Totally forgot. Mistakes were made. I think I just let them have it, maybe? Because if they take Fairy, I can bounce the Feasting Troll King and buy some time. If they take fun, yeah, I'm gonna let them have it. Is there a good list with Asphoto and Living End? I'm guessing it's gonna be infinitely worse than this deck. Having to assemble multiple cards is hard. Has Braids seen any play? I saw Canister lose to Braids today. I think it was a Stoneforge, white-black Stoneforge deck with Braids. Another cookbook. Okay. There's a lot of cookbooks. So I could hard cast Foundation Breaker, which is not super exciting. Then you just cycle. And then you kill a cookbook. Or do you kill a food? Assuming I'm just supposed to kill the cookbooks. That's a problem. I mean, I've been losing these matchups, but I also feel like I'm not drawing very well in these sideboard games. And I think their deck has some kind of fail rate where they have like not the most exciting hands. Opponent has not a fail rate this game though. I didn't even draw Urza Saga. I don't know, this matchup's really tough. For sure. How did Jeskai Stoneblade perform? It was fine. I think I just need to keep cycling cards in hand and hope I get really lucky. I'm not even sure I can realistically get lucky enough, actually. Hardcast Curator is not a winning line. Asmo just kills it for free, basically. So... odds don't matter. That's GG. Alright, bad matchup is bad. You know. I think it's bad against Heliot Company. But maybe not. Same matchup? No. You almost never want to wait with grief. Ah, that matchup. That's what I was scared of last time. This matchup's really not super easy. What should I take here? Chord's really slow. I guess they can play Colony, and then the turn after that they can play Chord for 2. Evolution is better if they top deck Strangleroot, guys, maybe. I would guess Evolution is a bit better. What's the best one against Violent Outburst, though? Chord of Calling, instant speed, Evolution, cheaper. Alright, I'll take Evolution. Evolution is worse against Force of Negation, but not by much. I think this is good, right? Because it's a bit more expensive to cast. It also like sacks a creature, which they get back. Not sure how relevant that is. They didn't play Colony Garden. Not sure why. Maybe they're saving it. Alright, let's see. Play that. Cycle that right away. Take Sanctum. Say go. Why do I always try to play an extra land? Bad habits. I should work on it. That could be a good Is it annoying as a viewer? Is it like neutral? Is it kind of funny to see me click every time? Adam was talking earlier about how much time I waste doing that, and that is a good draw for them. Not the end of the world though. They can't sack Yawgmoth to itself. And he's the best around. Na 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 na. He's the best. Is it even good? I guess I get to do it and then I get to like, alright, I'll do it. I'll do it just for the memes. But I'm not even sure that's what I want to do. It's really good if they cast it again next turn. I mean, surely they're going to cast it again next turn, right? Or are they going to play around the... Yeah, no, I can add... I know. It's so greedy, but you got to go, right? You got to go for it. I even drew Force for Chord of Calling. Wow. And this is why this deck is really dumb in some matchups. Turn free, full graveyard living in while having cast a Grief on turn 1, a Subtlety on turn 3, and have Force of Negation back up. No big deal. No big deal. And I get to log them out of the game with Grief, your face, Subtlety, your creature. That's probably one of the most obscene games I've ever played.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious!
Alright. Still guessing it's not the easiest matchup. What are they gonna have? They're gonna have Veils. Let's see what Claudio H had in his sideboards when he top 4'd the challenge this weekend. I think it was a Saturday challenge. Two Damping Sphere. That's bad. Two Thoughtseize, free Veils. Two Endurance. Ooh, Endurance is spicy. How do I beat Endurance? Subtlety? I think Grief is good, even against Veil. Brazen Boar seems bad. Dead Gone, not great. Endurance, bad. How does Undying and Living End even works? They sacrifice a creature, so they come back as Undying, I guess. Hey G-Champ,
nice game, Gab.
Hey, yeah, that's well played by me. Expert plays. Artifact enchantment removal is no good, right? I mean, I don't think I want Fairy. I could see some Fairy. It's good with Grief too. The Mourinho quote? Sure.
If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble. And I don't want to be in big trouble.
Maybe Fairy's just gas against them. Alright, I'll do that. Oh, I kept in Prismara command. Oops. Distracted. Zeptide, you got scammed too? Alright, pretty good hand. Alright, let's start with Grief Living End. Hehe. Ashiok! Hello! That sounds very nice. I mean, I should Grieve their Veil now, right? Might as well. I'm going to discard the other Grief because I need to hit land drops. There's an argument for just taking a creature here. I don't know. Too small brain. I'm just going to take the Veil. Please no Thoughtseize bug. No Ashiok. Oh, I don't even have to fetch right away. Any reason to cycle Waker on my turn? I mean, technically I could hit the last Grief. Cutthroat. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna just cycle Waker. Not fetch, this will have a better chance of hitting a land. It's a little scary, I have no living ends left, but should be good enough. Do you think Dihada's play is playable? I don't know what you're talking about. Alright. So it was like an absolute bloodbath 4 out of 5 rounds. And then our bad matchup was bad matchup. There's nothing I can have for that matchup, right? I could have Leyline.